Do trans rights conflict with women's rights? That's been something of a theme at this year's Labour conference, particularly after one MP, Rosie Duffield, decided not to come to Brighton because of the abuse she's received for speaking out on the issue. It's a highly acrimonious debate. This is the Michael Crick report for Mail Plus. This seafront hotel on Tuesday saw a fringe meeting for the Labour Women's Declaration, a feminist group which argues, among other things, for the right for women-only spaces in prisons, hospitals and competitive sport, without men who've transitioned to being women. Such are the security concerns surrounding this fringe meeting that the venue has been kept secret for the last few days. And we were only told by email an hour and a half before it was due to start where it would actually be taking place. Several police kept a close eye, and then suddenly several dozen trans rights protesters turned up, just as one of the meeting organisers was explaining to us the need for women to have a voice.
That noise is a perfect example of drowning out women's voices in this debate, which is also why we're here, because they call us TERFs, they say that we're not invited to be here. I live in Brighton, it's my town. I don't have any hate for anyone, I'm just here to support women's rights. And every time we try and speak, we get harassed and we get drowned out. So that's also why we're here, because we deserve to have a voice within the debate and within our discussion, because we're also stakeholders. No laws about women's rights should be changed without including women.
Is there anybody we can talk to without?
And the birds sing.
Is there anybody we... Why do you say that, sir?
Look how miserable it is.
What? Why have you come here to...
Look how goddamn miserable it is out here.
TERF is a derogatory term which stands for Trans Exclusionary Radical Feminist. The protesters were keen to make a noise, but not to explain their concerns. Well, I have tried to talk to these protesters, but nobody seems to want to talk to me. So all we can do is listen to their chants and read their banners. We were among the few journalists invited inside the meeting, but we weren't allowed to film it, or the sudden surprise appearance of Rosie Duffield, the Labour MP. But we did catch up with her later.
Have you had a lot of trouble speaking out like this?
Absolutely.
Tell us about it.
There's so much stuff online, and most of the emails I get are incredibly supportive and lovely. You know, journalists always make the time to find out both sides of this argument, but it can be incredibly toxic, especially on social media, and it is really difficult to speak up. And it's difficult to find out what the Labour Party's lines on this are, and I've been trying, as have other colleagues, just to get a definitive answer, and we feel now that we've just got to keep pushing in a louder way, which is really unfortunate. I've tried not to do that.
Have you come across difficulty in the Labour Party itself, a nastiness about it?
Yeah, I think a lot of members, don't want it to be discussed, thought it was a niche issue, but it isn't. Women vote, women spend money, women belong to political parties and unions, and women are speaking up now, and we need to be listened to and heard.
This is an increasingly heated issue in politics, especially difficult for left-leaning parties like Labour and the Lib Dems. And the debate looks set to get much bigger and much more fraught.